Today we're going to be demonstrating surface preparation, and we'll be dealing with the typical types of mastics and paints or epoxies and that you'll be running into on any typical job that you're going to be prepping a floor for. We'll be also introducing our Raider XL5. It's a new machine. It's being launched at the CFJ, and Frank Summers, who is our technical expert on grinding and polishing and toppings and all of that, will be handling the machine today. One of the features of our technology is that WerkMaster machines, all of WerkMaster machines, get to within 1/8 of an inch to the wall, and if we adjust the skirt, we can actually get right to the wall. So 1/8 of an inch, 3 millimeters of the wall. That's in terms of the pain points that we run into in the industry, it's the #1 pain point, edging. And edging can represent up to as much as 40% of labor on some jobs, especially if you have a lot of rooms. The other pain point that we're going to be talking about today, and in this particular demonstration, is productivity. And for those of you who are working with coating removals and mastic removals, you know it can be a bit of a process. So we're also going to demonstrate a couple of tricks that we use and recommend in all of our schools to our customers. And so without any further ado, I'm going to pass it over to Frank. And Frank, maybe you can just tell us a little bit about what we've got here on the floor that we're going to be removing today.
Sure. So these are 4 typical coatings that surface prep contractors, epoxy installers, concrete polishers come across on a regular basis. At some point you're going to have to remove a coating in order to access the floor underneath. This here is a single component epoxy. This here, it's clear, it's a clear tack, so it's what's used with carpet tiles. This adhesive actually stays tacky. It never sets up. It's a real bear to get off, so we've got some tips and tricks to get that off. The black there is your old school black mastic. The white there is a cementitious Thinset. The tooling is our shark and straight bar combo, and you can find that on the tooling guide. We've got a visual reference to that, so it shows the surface type. So for instance, paint tells you what tools to use and then what speed to run your machine at. You know, we try and get the contractor off on the right foot all the time, so we've made that very simple, straightforward. I'm just going to do a light water mist and then a sand broadcast. The sand helps the tooling bite in and gum up the adhesives and the paints and stuff like that. It puts it into suspension. If you don't put it into some sort of suspension, you might find the machine sort of just slips and skates.
So Frank, before you do that, can I ask a question? Do you mind? We don't necessarily have to put water down though if we're removing epoxies or that, or the Thinset. Yeah. So this is more designed for these crazy mastics that we all exactly struggle with, right?
And what we can do is that we'll put somewhat, we'll show you the difference with water and without and with sand. So at the end of the day, it's just an extra, you know, a little tip for you there.
Beautiful. Okay, right. I'll leave you to it.
And then just throw your sand up. You're not trying to flood the floor with sand.
You'll see what the machine is doing along the edges. So now we've just finished our demonstration, as you can see as you've been watching, using our sharks and straight bars. And the reason why we use them on this particular part of the floor for removing these coatings and toppings is because we want to polish the floor. So we didn't want to damage the floor. We didn't want to leave aggressive tool marks in the floor. But if you find yourself in a situation where you're not concerned that you're going to polish the floor and you want to get high productivity out of your machine, then we recommend using our PCD technology. And Frank is going to demonstrate that. And most of you probably are familiar with PCDs. It's polycrystalline diamond. It's a very hard diamond, and is designed to tear the floor in a sense that it's going to dig right into the epoxies and coatings and that and remove them very quickly. So now we can see the performance advantage of the PCDs over the shark and straight bars. You've got about a CSP rating of about 4 to 5 on the floor. So it's great if you're putting down toppings and that you want a heavier PCD or CPS reading. And you can see us well when Frank was maneuvering it, very easy to maneuver. We weren't using water or anything on the floor as we did with the sharks and straight bars, especially on the mastics. We just went dry all the way through, and it was quickly dealt with. So when you're considering a WerkMaster, think again of some of the pain points that we cover off: edging, power, productivity, and tooling. Thank you for watching.